Welcome back to Making It with Minglet. Today we're going to look at the color combo for February of 2024. This is a challenge that it's for fun. You know, art should be fun. It should not be a chore. It should not be something that's unpleasant. So at the makers of mixed media art and artists, there's a lot of different little challenges that begin at the beginning of the month. The colors for this month are chartreuse, terracotta, and turquoise. And you always have the option of using black, white, or a metallic. And these are kind of headed up by Paula Keene and Carrie Griffith. And that would be Carrie the Crafter if you're looking for him on YouTube. Now, I was doing something earlier for my YouTube channel, and I will show that to you at another time. But I used the colors of the color challenge. And when I finished, I pulled out a page out of a magazine that had very little on it. It was mostly white, and then right here it had like a small area where there was a person. It was an advertisement, and this was a high fashion magazine, and you know, nobody in my house really looks at them, but they're nice big sheets, and I find lots of good texture in them, so I usually do not take them to the recycle bin or to the library for them to be repurposed. I bring them to the craft room so I can scavenge and harvest things. So I had paint left over in those colors, and I just picked up different brushes. There was no intention at all for anything in my mind other than I needed to cover up this person to make it a useful page. And I also wanted to use up the paint that was left over so that it was not wasted. So I used you can see different brush strokes. I've got, I think 3 or 4 brushes out, and I just played with the colors. Now the terracotta kind of got lost. Now, if you know anything about me, my favorite color is orange. But I did not nail that terracotta when I had to mix it. I used an orange and a brown and came close. But that was neither here nor there. What I finally ended up doing was I just made brush strokes. You know, just sat here and had fun. I was listening to my friend Miriam from Art Curious. She was making something very special today. So I will provide her link below because, you know, watching her be inspired was inspiring me. So once this dried, I had my brush strokes, they dried. I had this stamp. It was a wine bottle cork, and I took it and I carved it. I had never carved a stamp before, but I thought, well, you know, I don't think I have any hearts. So I did that. I put it in the white paint because white is a free color, you know, with the color challenge. And I stamped those on. The next thing I did was I took a very inexpensive to me stencil. Actually, this was a stencil that came to me through one of Darcy's D-stashes. And now that's a reference to Darcy's misadventures with mixed media, art and mixed media. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, Darcy, words are hard. But anyway, I don't know where she got it. I don't know what brand it is or anything like that. But I knew it had the word love, and that was perfect. So I have my white hearts, and then I go, and my second stage is I do the love. And then I pulled out of my stencil notebook the stencils that were designed by Izzy. And Izzy is the daughter of Mariah from PM Artist Studios. And this was her first stencil, and it's for ATCs. But I used the little hearts, and it just really balanced it out for me. You know, looking at it, I feel like it's a pretty balanced piece. I did go over around the hearts to define them a little bit better because they did have a little bit of a, I don't want to say crusty edge, but they were a little bit rough, some of them. They weren't perfect stamps, so I tried to do the best I could. And here you see a double stamp. Well, just think of that as me and Bill, because we've been together forever, and, you know, that's just the way it is. So here you have it. You know, we have a color combo challenge has been accepted, and this is my answer for it. Now I'm going to, I think, make this into a journal piece or a cover. Do I want it that way or that way? That's a good question. Let's see what it'll look like inside. Ooh, if I do it like that, it's even better. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. Here's the back side of my magazine page, and as you see, there's a beautiful necklace. You know, I don't care what's on the inside, really. I'm going to put some glue on this. I will use probably a glue stick and glue it to itself enough to, you know, give it a little bit of strength. And then I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine, and where I used this, let's see, what's it called? I used for the chartreuse, the closest thing I had was this green flash by Folk Art. It's a color shift color, and it has got kind of a gold in it. And I just happen to have gold thread on my sewing machine. So what will happen at this point is I will take it to the sewing machine. I will stitch around it. And I will strengthen it. And then I'll come back and I'll put pages in it. So I'm going to leave you right here. I appreciate you stopping by. I thank you for mingling with me. And if you have people that are using artist therapy, if you have friends that use artist therapy for whatever reason, tell them come by and visit my channel, because I really am inspired to be someone that would be part of that community. That is who I am. You know, I have invisible diseases. You know, I have defects. You know, I have disabilities. And, you know, I feel like artists, even if you're not an artist, I do not consider myself to be an artist. I'm creative. I'm a creative being. And my mind, you know, can put things together sometimes, but it's through watching others that I've learned as much as I have. You know, I feel like I have reached a point where I am capable of helping others, you know, learn ways to do things. And I'm very frugal. So, you know, when you're on disability, you generally learn to be very frugal, because, you know, you have medical expenses, you have, you know, medicine. Things that shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg sometimes do. But, you know, if it's making my life better, I will make that sacrifice. But by the same token, you know, I try to be frugal and use what I have. It may not be the latest or the greatest, but it makes me happy and it enriches my life. I appreciate you stopping by, and like I said, if you do have friends, tell them to come on over. For those that have subscribed, I do thank you, and for all your kind words and encouragement, I thank you for that as well. Have a great day. Happy mingling, folks.